This is the Hayes Valley neighborhood of San Francisco. It's characterized by the painted ladies, hip shops and restaurants, and its fairly diminutive size. Blink, and you miss it really. But tech industry locals see Hayes Valley, or Cerebral Valley, as they like to call it, as a metaphor for what's happening in San Francisco.
ChatGPT is a bit of a talk of the town, if you will. Everyone's using it.
There's a lot of reasons to be bullish about San Francisco.
We want to bring people together at this frontier of technology.
It became the epicenter for new and growing AI companies, part of a vanguard that could help SF bring back business that slipped out to Silicon Valley or even out of state. I talked to a couple of local tech luminaries to see how much of this is real and how much of this is hype. Starting with Morgan Bella of NFX, who moved her $1.1 billion capital firm to the border of Hayes Valley recently in order to be closer to the action.
When NFX moved to Hayes Valley, pre-AI hype.
Pre-AI hype. I joined NFX January 1st, 2021. We were in lockdown. I went to visit the office, which was in Soma, so downtown. And I'm like, we're getting out of here. Due to San Francisco zoning laws, you can only build up downtown.
Right.
Which is why a large majority of commercial real estate is there. A large majority of hotels is there, but it also has no soul. We knew that we didn't want to leave San Francisco. I think what we're seeing with Cerebral Valley is this neighborhood checked a lot of the boxes. Teams are choosing to be here together.
You went through the kind of crypto boom and bust as well.
Several booms and several busts.
Several booms and several busts. Is there a kind of clear difference with what's happening driven by artificial intelligence now, all of the investment, the new companies being founded, the discussion, relative to what you experienced?
One difference is that AI has had its ChatGPT moment. Like there is a product that millions, tens of millions of people, hundreds of millions of people use that provides value to them. And crypto hasn't really had its ChatGPT moment yet.
You know, the reality is that this is kind of like a 5x3 city block area, but the data kind of supports this idea that San Francisco broadly has become the center of AI activity.
There's AI companies all over the city, but there is a critical mass of them in this neighborhood.
And the data does back up that there's a flow of capital into the city itself. Last year, almost $57 billion of venture money went to US AI and machine learning startups. Of that, half went to companies based in San Francisco. So why are AI startups choosing to have fun here? Take this AI data startup that's just getting going.
There's three of you. You have hardly any space at all, office space-wise, and you are working on something in the field of AI, but you're in stealth mode right now. So what can you tell us about what you're up to?
I can say really fundamentally at a high level, the language of data and the language of humans are they're fundamentally misaligned. And I think there's a lot to be done to kind of bridge that gap, and we're going to help do that.
We're a stone's throw from X, formerly known as Twitter HQ. We're a stone's throw from Hayes Valley. Why are you doing it here?
Like I grew up in South Florida, and it's funny because we always used to dream of coming to California. And it's definitely had a hard couple of years, but I mean, it's at least for me, I never lost that dream to watch generative AI play out, I mean, literally right in front of me. I mean, that's just a gift that the universe doesn't give you very often. There are a lot of people building in this space, but pretty much everyone is kind of right here, right now. It's really, really exciting because everyone is early. No one knows where this is going to go, but we're excited to be on the journey.
Gary Tan, CEO of Y Combinator or YC, probably the world's most famous startup incubator, has a lot riding on the health and rebirth of San Francisco.
The top researchers in the world for large language models built it here. Anthropic is here. Google researchers are here. And I think that that's one of the reasons why San Francisco is sort of this beacon. It's just bringing all the people who care about it. You almost have to be here.
Y Combinator is an accelerator, and twice a year you take a class, a batch. We're in the summer class, 229 startups, and 35% of them are an AI company. Is that a record level of sort of AI participation?
Absolutely, and it's exactly what I would expect. Sort of every revolution in Silicon Valley sort of happens in waves like that. There's personal computers, the internet, mobile phones, and I think that this is as big or bigger because what you see is now software being able to reason. And that's transforming not just one or two industries, but absolutely all of them at the same time.
So what happens in the next 12 months with artificial intelligence in this city?
One of the big things that we talk about in San Francisco is the doom loop. The commercial buildings are completely empty. Prices for real estate have completely crashed. But the silver lining here is we're going to fill every one of those skyscrapers with thousands of very high-paying jobs that then create software and products that basically serve billions of people out there.
One of the core debates and challenges in developing AI is that a lack of diversity among those building the technology can result in deficiencies and biases in the end model. That can also include a lack of geographic diversity. Mark Muro is an academic and researcher at Brookings and has co-authored a paper on why a high concentration of new technologies in a small number of cities is bad, and why spreading out development of an emerging technology is important.
Most new technologies, especially digital ones, wind up very concentrated and often in the Bay Area. I think there is the possibility of excessive clustering in which the industry could miss other use cases, say in the Midwest that has a different economy than the Bay Area, or it could be simply missing talent. I think we will see it diffuse out into the country, and this could be a very important and healthy development for AI.
This is like a neighborhood where you can go and literally knock on a few doors and somebody will open it and they'll be like, oh, I'm a founder working on AI. And there are several in our immediate vicinity right now in Hayes Valley.
Absolutely. We're sitting in front of Docum right now, which is in the current YC batch. They help lawyers with LLM software that summarizes documents. And that's something that literally is a brand new category.
So since Gary mentioned it, we had to visit Docum, where founders Shaunak Turaga and Alex Leonov truly are making their live-work dreams come true. This space serves as both office and home, and if they're to be believed, they couldn't be happier.
This is generally where we're working every day.
Yeah.
Usually coding, figuring out what we're going to build, talking to customers, freaking out a little bit, late nights, kind of everything kind of happens in this space. We had crypto, I think there was a lot of excitement and energy for that technology. And now we have AI. And I think it's really challenging the ways that we think about how we're going to work, how we're going to live, how we're going to interact with other people. And we were like, this is the right time to start a company. And I think generally we believe that this technology is going to be able to create a lot of value for folks and make folks, more wealthy. And that's starting here in SF.
There is a view of San Francisco influenced by the stories of homelessness and law and order in this city. But there is specifically on the idea of Cerebral Valley that San Francisco kind of assigns itself as certain things. Is it fair to say that San Francisco has assigned itself as the AI city?
San Francisco and the Bay Area was already the #1 place in the world where the best software engineers, the best product managers, the best designers, the best executives would just gravitate here. And the reality is, I want there to be startup hubs everywhere else, but there's always going to be the #1 city, and it's San Francisco.